Hello, my name is Sheldon, and welcome back for another episode of Victory as USA. So, in previous episode, we did start increasing our army size a little bit. I did notice that our general actually had died over here. Let's get the industrialists in power in there for now. But yeah, so we're getting to 45 battalion. Oh, Circassian into Pennsylvania. Okay, we're getting even more population from Russia and around there. The GDP is almost 20 million already, so that's growing quite nicely. We're getting a lot of iron mines built right now to help a little bit with the industrialization and all that. I mean, we do have quite a bit of a demand for iron right now. And actually, why is the... Oh, well, I suppose construction sector is quite a good chunk of that, yeah. We don't have enough production, and I suppose there might not be, like, right now, we may have been importing iron before, but now we can't really do that as much necessarily. It could be that some of the nations that we were trading with don't really like us. But nonetheless, we'll fix our improve upon our economy a bit further. Supremacist violence in Louisiana. We'll use the full might of the government to protect the freedmen. We'll try to improve the situation over there, although I suppose that probably causes more radicals, so that might not actually help us too much. So how's the rest of the world looking like? So, Africa, of course, the colonization hasn't gone too far yet. There is the, I suppose, yeah, Europe we had a look at last time already. There hasn't been too much yet. China hasn't lost territories yet, or Great Qing hasn't lost territories yet. There's a lot of colonization still going on in Australia and New Zealand. I suppose that's fair. I actually wonder what sort of resources are there in New Zealand. Whaling, logging, fishing. There's some coal and iron mines in here. Oh, that's right. Northern Ireland and Southern Ireland are just the two states. Okay. At least there is whaling. That's kind of handy. Right, are we actually... no, that's... Oh, we don't actually have anything else being built right now. What else could we need? I mean, wood, of course, is one thing. Paper would still be something that we could perhaps reduce the price of. Tea, we are kind of reliant on imports, so we can't do much about that. Also, oil is another thing. I guess we got the whaling stations in here. We could maybe get another one of those. It's used for mostly for, like, heating and things like that right now. It can be useful. But yeah, so we'll go ahead and get the Wild Wild West first, then we'll go and use the decision to fight against the Mexicans. And we'll hopefully have a decent army by that point. Oh, we've got up to 16 battalions in here. Oh, well, I don't think we actually need that many. I mean, we might need some more, but yeah. It's still got some contra battalions as well, doesn't it? Yeah, so it's 25 there. Actually, have a look at the total army. Oh. Hold on a minute, what's this about? So, we would transfer some... small arms and porcelain to Ecuador. They would house an embassy and allow us to invest in that. You know, I think that's fair. For me, that is. Because the price of that isn't that bad. It means that our arms industry is also able to constantly keep on producing, because there is going to be a guaranteed purchase for at least some of it. Or a larger portion of it, rather. So yeah, we've got the whaling station underway. Let's actually have a look at other things that we might want to do. So portling, maybe we should actually go out and build some more glassworks. Well, I guess we'll get one in New York. Let's have a look at New York, actually. So the glassworks, that is going to have ceramics and leaded glass. Okay, so that's good. But we're not going to increase the construction speed right now. I mean, we might be able to afford it. Oh, Anti-Prussian Association demands action. We declare rivalry with Prussia. Sure, I mean, I thought we were rivals already with them. I guess we're going to do that again. There we go. That demand has been sorted out. Everyone that was part of that is now happy. Ooh, right, Petit Bourgeois is pretty happy. Industrial grade materials. Industrialists find the high price of steel in the capital an impediment to their ambitions and would like us to prioritize importing it. So that was steel import. I think we're just gonna take a small hit on the industrialists right now. We'll probably go ahead and build some steel mills, though. Actually, that's not a terrible idea. Steel mills. Let's see. Where would the earnings be? All right. I guess New York. Get one in there. The New York. What do we have in mind? So we could have right, iron mines. We've got plenty. Coal mines. We probably do need to start building as well. So we'll get another coal mine in Pennsylvania, just in case, for the or with the government money. But most of the investments are going to be on the eastern seaboard right now. Eventually, we'll start building elsewhere as well. But right now, that's where most of the population is. Pennsylvania, okay, we can let them celebrate. Yeah, let them celebrate. Get hopefully a bit more loyalists. I actually wonder, so how is the readmit the session, or yeah, the session state. So Dixie loyalties, they're not quite high enough anywhere yet to get that one sorted out, but it will time out in less than 8 years now. What else do we actually need? So high price, steel is a bit on the high price here. Getting some of the production for that could be useful. But we are going to be increasing that. Maybe another furniture manufacturer as well. Tennessee, you know what? Yeah, you'll get one. You've got some peasants there as well. And North Carolina, you'll also get one. Start getting a bit of industry spread out. Especially like a more consumer goods oriented stuff. Getting industries set up, so that's going to reduce the costs for the people living. So they'll be a bit happier. We can get things sorted out. And of course, spreading some of that to other states as well can be very useful. Especially if there's a large enough population in that state. That can make quite the difference. I do also wonder, so in New York, for example, so we've got some wheat farms in here, but I suppose the productivity is not very high. They do need a bit of fertilizer. I suppose that's going to be best to be done in places like Michigan. Yeah, actually, Michigan is going to be brilliant for that. Because we've got sulfur, we've got some potential for iron mines in there. So we're starting to have a decent construction queue, at least. The private sector, on the other hand, well, ooh, still building a lot of textile mills and some trade centers as well. Railways and another coal mine as well. Paramilitary intimidation. Political groups opposed to Reconstruction have organized militant units to intimidate voters in Arkansas and restore themselves to power. Yeah, we'll disband those units at once. I mean, the amount of radicals is actually drifting downwards. Every now and then there's a small jump upwards, but it seems to be going down overall. I suppose part of that might be because the economy is getting better and all that, and I suppose the radicalism overall might be reducing. Ooh, there we go, water tube boiler, that's going to be brilliant. And home affairs to level 2, that's also going to be quite handy. So, water tube boilers, let's go ahead and switch all of those mines to the condensed engine pump. So that's going to be probably a whole lot of tools needed. Also the wheat farms, let's get the soil industry farming on all of those. And also these were with the sugar beets, yeah. That should help a little bit. Right, so tooling workshops might be another thing that we perhaps should build. Let's have a look. Where's the highest earnings? Pennsylvania. Well, I suppose could have guessed that. We'll build one in New York as well. That way we can then get the tooling price going down a little bit, because right now it's probably going to be fairly high. A 34% increase. Yeah, is it these or the 34% above the base price? So it's a decent bit. We are number 5 producer in the world as well. Actually, how many things are we in the top 3, I wonder? Iron, oil, clippers, engines, tobacco, sulfur, fertilizer, groceries, hardwood, fabric, and coal. Okay, I mean, that's fair enough, I suppose. Right, so currently we're building the glassworks. That's going to be taking a few more weeks, and then we'll get the steel mill in New York as well. And that should start reducing the steel price a little bit. I do actually wonder, how's our trade right now? There's a lot of the things, we've got some tariffs on export. Authorial intent. We don't actually want to reduce the popularity of that agitator, actually. But yeah, so Wild Wild West will be shortly sorted out. And then hopefully we'll complete some of these colonies in here in due time as well, so we can then start pushing further west. Fruitful endorsements. I'm going to increase the intelligentsia power actually a little bit as well. On top of that, so now it's, well, the Democratic Party is probably going to be the winning party in this election. Although I do wonder, is there, no, there's not going to be any changes in here. Yeah, so we did get the glassworks already in New York, so I do, okay, they haven't hired a whole lot of people yet. They probably will start doing that soon though, and I wonder how profitable it's going to be. I mean, it's productive at 12.3, so it's not too bad. Right, law and order. According to the rampant turmoil from radical activism in Oklahoma, the Democratic Party has campaigned on the platform of more policing. I think we're going to give a bit more momentum actually for the Republicans right now. We're going to try to get the trade unions in power, so that's something that we'll just need to, after any opportunity that we'll get, need to kind of just push for it. Alright, so in production we've got the water tube boiler. Bessemer process is going to be done soon enough. We might go for the crystal glass soon enough, or maybe the canneries. I mean, nitroglycerin could also be kind of handy. I think we're going to go with the crystal glass after the modern sewage. Another thing that we should probably start doing is build more universities, come to think of it. I suppose it's going to be low earnings anyway. But I wonder, somewhere we've got a whole lot of peasants. Ohio's got quite a few, so we'll maybe get another 2 levels there. How many do we actually have levels total right now? We've got 8. Yeah, so that's going to get us to 60 innovation at least. We'll increase that later on more, but we can at least start with 2 more. So we'll start getting a few more steps. Actually, hold on a minute. Don't we have the dialectics as well as an option for the universities? We do, but we never actually added that. Okay, well that's going to increase the cost a little bit, but yeah, that's a slight increase. That will get us to actually 65 innovation total once those two universities have been built. Actually, maybe slightly more than that. Not hugely though. Hey, there we go, rifling done. Right, let's go and switch to the small arms industry, also arms industries for these as well. So that's going to reduce the iron use a little bit, but increase the steels quite a bit, and a bit more tools. The amount of the small arms being produced is going to be quite handy. So I think that's going to be alright. So even though we are constructing things, we are getting a lot of money now. Our great nation. Turning to the tide of nationalism to the favor of the Republican Party. Joachim Shigard. The Patriot Street in one of Washington's parks. Sure, we'll get the plus 20% there. So now it's, well, it's still about 2/3 of those, so I'm probably going to go to the Democrats in this particular election here. Alright then, what are we looking at? Modernizing the arsenal. A change in large-scale production from smoothbore muskets to rifles in the arms industry in Virginia has ushered in a new era for small arms production in the United States of America. So Virginia is going to get more migration, small arms and artillery foundry building throughput. Or we get more... I'm going to research the repeaters partially. So we don't get quite as good boost for the state itself, but you know, getting the research done is going to be quite nice, because we might try to go for the... I know that I haven't listed in the description, but if we can get the research all text, that would be kind of handy as well. But for that, we do need to start increasing our research speed drastically, so that's going to require a lot of universities. Oh, what do we have? Gunfire at the coral. No, we'll just take a bit of hit on the authority. We had that event already once. The Wild Wild West should be done within like a month, I think. And there's still quite a few of these things about to be done. Or quite a few of these colonies that are growing. Actually, how many is that? 1, 2, 3. We've got 9 different colonies. Or 9 different states that we're colonizing. That's a bit a little bit. We're getting the... oh, they're building a steel mill in Pennsylvania as well. Oh, perfect. Ah, Wild Wild West completed. Okay, so there wasn't any event as such from that. Huh. Partisan papers. I'll also get the paper mill building throughput for a few years. That's actually going to save us so much more money on the government buildings cost. That is going to be very, very nice. At this point, we might even be inclined to increase the construction speed again. Get one in... I suppose we'll get one in Michigan. Because I know that we'll be building some fertilizer stuff in there. So we'll get that one built real quick. Because we can afford it. And we are already below 1.5 million credits. So we should be able to clear out that soon enough. Oh, Mexico has started embargoing us. Well... how's their military looking like? Have they increased that at all? Not really. I mean, they might get some battalions or conscript battalions. But I do actually wonder about their army a little bit. So let's have a look at... do they have any troops in Texas? They do. They're part of... oh, you got line infantry. Oh. Okay, I think this might be the time. Manifest Destiny. To get a whole lot of claims. Got a bit of infamy as well. Did that actually start the diplomatic play? No, not yet. But now we've got the claims in there. Oh, right. So we've got 2 options in here. These are not expiring though, so we at least got the option of doing that. But if we were to do the war against Mexico directly, and then targeting states, let's go for Texas. So Haiti would join the Mexican side, most likely. We'd probably get Venezuela. Britain's the only one that could still join on top of those 2. So we would have quite the advantage in this, I reckon. We'll also have Liberia, of course, but I'm not really counting them to do too much. You know what? Sure. We'll push for it. See what they do. Hey. We got Texas. Oh, we are actually colonizing Texas already. Oh, perfect. And we can actually... Oh, right, the election just happened. Right, I'm guessing the Democratic Party still won. Yeah, but we could get the... Oh. We could have both parties in government, but that would be very illegitimate government, so I don't think we will. I do not think we will. But that does mean that there's not going to be a whole lot of laws that we can change right now. Not for the better, anyway. There we go. So Mexico accepted demands, so we at least got Texas. Actually, what do they have in there? Oh, right, there's a bit of troops there, which is part of the Army of Florida right now. I suppose that's fine. Get another infantry in there, and we'll get one infantry in Louisiana. There we go, another coal mine about to be done, and I suppose we are getting to 80 construction speed hopefully soon enough. At least in total. Play for power. Ooh. Oh. Intelligence here becomes powerful, and that means migration attraction is increased. And society research speed, of course, is also increased, so that's actually quite nice. Brazil is damaging relations, okay. Are you sure about that, mate? You do you, I suppose. Oh, right, we do also have some fleets now. 2 fleets. Yeah, I suppose it's fine. There's not much I can do about the fleets yet. We haven't researched anything better. Speaking of research, though, we are getting the logistics research underway here. And also, it's... Right, there's nothing actually spreading in military right now. But we're getting the modern storage, actually. Well, the modern storage has been spreading to us. I didn't even realize that. Okay, well, in that case, let's close off that one. Because it's going to be done soon enough anyway. We could go for the pharmaceuticals to get the health system institution up. Organized sports could also give us a bit more prestige, as opposed to savings for the cash reserves. And investment pool contribution efficiency would go up for the shopkeepers and farmers. But I think, yeah, we'll go for the pharmaceuticals. Oh, right, we can take that one off the list. And then in production, we'll go for the crystal glass. There we go. So that's now sorted out. And we've got now 21 million GDP. So actually, Texas, what do they have resources? They've got sulfur mines, coal mines, a little bit logging camps and fishing wharves. There'll probably be a little bit more over here. Yeah, there is a bit more in there. Oh, and a whole lot of cotton plantations and livestock ranches and sugar plantations. There's some vineyards, maize farms. Oh, right, okay. I think we are indeed having an issue with the construction speed. Mostly, we have a lot of it at this point. Now, we'll go ahead and start spreading the construction speed. Especially, where do we have a whole lot of peasants, I guess, is the question. I guess Ohio's going to get another construction sector. Oh, we'll get 2 in there. So it's going to be 3 total. But that does mean that we should probably go ahead and prioritize those 2 real quick. The sooner those are done, the sooner we can increase the construction even further. So I guess that means that now we're colonizing 10 states simultaneously. So the speed isn't exactly very massive, but once we complete one, it's then going to start to have a bit of a cumulative effect where we'll be colonizing the rest of them faster. We might not add any more states to the list until we have completed at least some, or until we start hitting the max on some of the states that we can reach. So there's the modern sewerage. So that's actually the construction. Yeah, we can construct the things faster now. And of course, infrastructure is improved, so that's very nice. We just get 1 construction sector already built, and the other one's going to be built very shortly. So Ohio's been able to build some more. Is it still complaining? It might still be complaining about the construction. Oh yeah, the investment pool is just skyrocketing right now. I mean, that's not necessarily entirely bad, but yeah, I suppose we might want to increase the construction sector somewhere else as well. You know, we'll get 2 more in Ohio. We'll get that to level 5. So we'll, ideally we'll have a whole lot of states with 5 levels of construction sector, for example. So it's not too bad any individual state necessarily, in terms of like the amount of workers needed and all that, but it's also enough to actually make a difference on the construction efficiency locally. Alright, so currently we're building some of the manufacturing. I suppose, no, we'll get these 2 built real quick. And then after that we'll get the manufacturing, or the furniture manufacturers rather. So that's good. Standard of living is still alright. The amount of radicals has gone down to 600,000. So we've got about 2 to 1 loyalist to radicals. That is already quite nice. How long do we still have a truce with the Mexicans? 4 years. Oh dear. I don't know if we'll be able to do all of this then. I mean, we can just force a diplomatic play, admittedly. Ah, there's the betterment process. Right, let's go ahead and have a look at the steel mills. I guess are further up the list. There we are, so let's get the betterment process. So that's a bit more iron, but that does also mean a lot more steel. And that should be, well, it is definitely profitable. Maybe the glassworks, we could get the ceramics production going on all of them. Just to kind of make them all match one another. There we go, there's the construction sectors done. Nitroglycerin is spreading, alright then. But of course we got the crystal class queued up there. So logistics is actually spreading to us right now. So we'll have that done. We'll see what is going to be spreading after that, but we still haven't gotten the universities built. But I suppose we have been building a lot of extra construction sectors recently. So now the actual income that we have hasn't, or is not too much. Of course, there's the subsidies costing us 5,000, but it's mostly there's the port, which is kind of important. Then there's some of the railways, artillery foundry, munitions plant, arms industry. So it's a relatively small amount. It's something that will, or a good chunk of that is something that will help us during any war that we might have. I do wonder though, is there anyone that we could perhaps invite? Okay, El Salvador and Guatemala, we got a little bit advantage of them. Not high enough yet. I do wonder, Guatemala. Could we get an... Oh yeah, you would be willing to take an embassy in there. Sure. It's going to cost us a little bit of influence, but that's alright. And then, was it Honduras? Would you like an embassy? Yes, you would. El Salvador, would you like an embassy? Yep. Well, there you go. So we'll probably have these three nations eventually join the faction. We might eventually try to actually, you know, turn them into vassals or something, but we'll see. Of course, we are still in the number 7 on the list here. We've got ideological union. There's also Austrians have ideological union. Interesting. The French have a trade league. Of course, the Russians have an empire. The Russians have a trade league, and then the British have an empire. Alright then. But yeah, we've only got a few nations currently in our power block. But it's probably going to be able to get a few more things more than what we did in the Finland game, because we only got our power block like fairly late into the game. So what's the private sector building right now? Whaling station, textile mill, 2 trade centers, iron mine, and a coal mine. I mean, yeah, I suppose there's some demand for those at least. Oh, redeemers again. We'll arrest these men. Don't suppose they're still... Oh, right. Australia's having a bit of a colonial war. I think we're going to be neutral on that. So what do we actually need right now? We do need a lot more tools. But we've got some tooling workshops underway over here, don't we? Yes, we've got at least 2 being built. Eventually, we did just get one of the furniture manufacturers completed. Then we're getting the fertilizer plant in Michigan. Then we'll also get an iron mine in there. But that should help the farms be a bit more effective, hopefully. Or at least the fertilizer be cheaper, if nothing else. I do actually wonder, is the... Well, the groceries are... We are number 3 producer of groceries, actually. So we could go ahead and expand some of that as well. Oh, and Alabama would be very profitable for that. Sure, you know what? Yeah, we can start getting a bit of places, or spread out some of the industries, so it's not all concentrated. Like, sure enough, the economy of scale is kind of handy, but at the same time, since we haven't gotten all the research yet to reduce the market price impact, so the local price is going to be something that we need to kind of keep an eye on as well, which is why I'm going to, right now, with this many states, I'm going through the building menu and have a look at what is the most productive place to kind of get a bit of an idea, at least a prediction of how the production or the profitability is going to be. So we're going to figure out which one... Oh, hello. Bison hunting. You know what, we'll reduce the tensions a little bit with the Sioux Nation. Farmers will become more radical. But at the same time, yeah, I think reducing the tension means that we'll be able to just colonize. Although, admittedly, if we do have a war against the Great Sioux Nation, then we will be able to colonize the areas faster. But, you know, we'll try to be somewhat, you know, chaotic good, I guess. Like, we're trying to be not completely evil and greedy. Oh, Dutch East Indies want investment rights. You know what? Sure. That means that they'll probably be building a whole lot of stuff in our nation soon enough. It might take a little while for them to actually start calculating that, but I reckon there could be a good amount of extra industries popping up in our nation. And even if that means that the Dutch East Indies will be making a bank out of that, it's probably fine for a little while at least. And there we go, we're still making a bit of money. We've got less than 1 million debt now, so we should be able to pay off that probably by the end of the decade. Or something like that. Because I reckon the speed is going to be increasing as well. Oh, we're building a coffee plantation, alright then. But they're not building anything in our nation yet. How's the influence? Oh, yeah, we're getting pretty close to getting some of these smaller nations into the faction. Now, they're not necessarily going to be a very huge boost for our mandate progress, if at all, but we'll see. Right, so the private sector is building the coal mines in West Virginia. And then we're building the iron mine in Michigan and the fertilizer plant in there. Oh, and we just started work on the tooling workshop in Pennsylvania. Because the tools admittedly are fairly high in demand. Oh yeah, that's a pretty high price right now. Because we are building some more, and I guess the private sector is actually not building any right now. I don't know if 2 of those is going to be enough to cover that. Probably not, actually. There's so many purchases that we need to do. So yeah, I think, how many levels do we actually have these? Quite a... Well, actually not necessarily that much. Ooh, gold discovered in South Dakota. Oh, oh, oh. We'll spread the word. We'll get a lot of migration in there. The South Dakota, we've got 2 gold fields there. I suppose the Indians are also getting a bit of money out of that, or the Sioux Nation are getting some money out of that as well, but that's fine. We're just, you know, peacefully encroaching upon their territories with the colonization. The Colorado still got quite a bit of work to do to clear that out. Oh, Mexico's also got a good chunk of it. Okay. 40 acre and mule. Yeah, we'll go ahead and choose that. I do actually wonder, has the acceptance actually gone up at all yet for the Afro-Americans? No, not really. Locally it might be increasing slightly, but yeah, I don't think it's going to be doing too much. I do wonder though. So there is... Yeah, we could go for national supremacy, but I don't think so. I don't think so. That's kind of the opposite way of where we want to be taking things this run. Maybe later on we might do a, you know, a bit more reactionary, I suppose. Or conservative playthrough. Right, so Army of Florida, we... Do we need to get one more? I guess we'll get one more... Oh, no. We are building an extra 2 barracks, actually. Oh. Alright then. So are we going to get to 21 then? We are. Okay, we'll reduce one of the cavalry, I think. That's fine. We don't need a huge amount of cavalry. It can be very useful, but it's one of those things that you still need to have most of your stuff, probably infantry, and then some artillery to support that. Maybe a little bit of cavalry can help in pushing the front line, especially, but you don't want to rely too heavily on that. Oh, there we go. We've got over 20 million population already. Yeah, we're growing at a decent speed, actually. Although we haven't actually gained that much. Well, I suppose the colonies have been growing a lot. And the land we gained is mostly Texas, I suppose, beyond, or, you know, with wars. But I do see that we are actually out of time with this episode, so if you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe if you haven't already. I'll check the links down below in the description. But other than that, thank you very much for watching, and until next time, bye-bye.